time to time because
You're a heavy
when I
typer.
talk too much, people go.
All right, well, we have started, and anyone that has just tuned us in right now, we've started. Yeah, yay. I'm Byron, joined with Gigi and Superman. This is the Horde Art Rant episode 6, where we talk about stuff and things, typically crypto, art, the blockchain, and the markets, and other life adventures. Right? Right.
Let's go, Byron.
All right. So I'm gonna start off. I have a portrait I'm gonna do quickly while we're chatting, but I'm gonna work on this little. It's a Saiyan zombie sort of thing. Remember the Saiyans? Does anyone
Super
remember
Saiyans. That was
Saiyans?
my favorite cartoon growing up.
All right. Well, they also, but I mean the blockchain Saiyans. I can't even know if that's I'm doing it or saying it right. But there was a
Yeah,
blockchain collection on Say called the Saiyans, right? Based on the
yeah,
Saiyan cartoon, I imagine.
it's one of the most popular ones on that chain. So
Is it still popular?
yeah, they're
Okay.
still doing well.
Well, when I first started working on the Say network, I was suggested I do a whole bunch of tributes prior to being suggested to do tributes the second time. But the first time, and the guy kept saying, like, do this tribute, draw this, do a quick sketch of that, do this. And then nothing ever got used, nothing ever got done with it. What a waste of time. Kinda. But that's the nice thing about like physical drawing, right? If I don't use it somewhere, I can eventually use it again. So I think I'll use this one as a little gift to the Zomsays holders and give it to them on drip as a rare or a legendary or something. Because I have nothing else to use it for at the moment.
Well, you know what? I think even on other chains, this is going to be very popular because even on Cosmos, there's this chain saga that's a bit talking about the Saiyan stuff, and they moved a little bit away from it because of like copyrights and stuff. But Say doesn't seem to matter that much. So, um, the Say people are also on Stargaze right now, so this could be a nice piece to add anywhere we want. So I'm
Right.
sure somebody's going to bid on it. Remember that we had somebody that put a huge bid on the zombie big Saiyan monster that we did, and then the other piece that we did
Yep.
for the Saiyan. So some people bid pretty high prices for them, and they're still rocking them at their PFP. So
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, like we could even do this one as a full thing, and like I'll finish it off really quickly because I've been wanting to do this for a couple days now since I rediscovered it in my storage bin. But when I'm done, like if you want me to hold off on minting it anywhere, no problem. But we'll decide where to put it before the end of the show, maybe, or after.
we'll put it in the suggestion channel, see if there's any interest. I like to do that since we have the opportunity to put it on
That's a great idea.
for the soft stays or the creeps or even on wax. Maybe they might be interested in this, but
Yeah,
we'll see where there's some more demand for it.
sounds good. So, what's in the news of the crypto world today, Gigi?
Well, you know what? Crypto right now is like a bit going sideways. Everybody's waiting to see what happens next month. Honestly, I think sentiment is flipping bullish in the markets. People are obviously waiting to see if the Fed is going to cut the rates in May. I think the meeting is on May 7th, so all eyes on that. And Poly Markets is currently saying that there will be no rate cuts, so that's not good.
Yeah.
But
There's a 90% vote for no rate cuts.
yeah, all it takes is one tweet or one comment, and things can switch really, really, really quickly in these markets. And I mean, nobody knows until the actual day before of, or even then they could surprise us. So again, I think the other countries have all lowered their rates, and I don't see why the states would keep their rates up. People are struggling. People are having a hard time paying their mortgages, their bills. So I think eventually they will eventually drop them. When, we'll see. But if it does, well, it's definitely going to be bullish for the markets, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
overall, the outlook is looking good.
it's a pretty weird thing. Like, because I'm not really, I came into the market, I came into crypto as a creator, right? As an artist, finding a really cool place to be able to sell my work and to build my audience and the brand and everything, right? So I was never, like I was never into the marketing side or the markets, right? The ups and the downs of the coin. I didn't understand it. I just figured it was something that happened. Then I kind of made up with you guys and learned a little bit more. And man, it's a mind screw.
And nobody knows for real what's going to happen next. Everybody speculates, everybody has an opinion. And I've been following, I'll be honest with you, since I started in 2018, I've been following a lot of YouTubers that were covering the markets. They cover it daily. They're really into it, like charting and stuff. And at first it was the 4-year cycles, and then the 4-year cycle is kind of shifting a bit. The left translated peak, right translated peaks, and then you got these really intense people that really analyze the stock market and all that. And again, if it was easy to predict the price swings of the markets, everybody would be rich, right? So nobody really knows. Everybody puts their opinion in. Sometimes they're right. There's so many opinions. So eventually somebody's going to be right. And then, when that person's right, everybody follows him for a while until he's wrong. And then they switch to somebody else. And everybody really looks for their own bias, right? So like if you're invested in crypto, you're looking for that guy that's going to say that, hey, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million tomorrow, right?
Right.
Because that's what flatters your bias. So it's a dangerous game. Markets are not made to make people wealthy. They're there to play on your emotions and get you to make mistakes. Sell when the price is low and buy when the prices are high.
Yeah.
That's the human emotion, and we're creatures of emotion, and unfortunately we react on stuff like tariffs, and people sell off their tokens, and that's just the way it is. So
I
you
was
really
just
have to have a long-term vision on these things. And
Yeah.
I mean, crypto, if you were wondering if it's going to be the future or not, I think with the recent events and the new president and all the new laws and stuff that they're implementing, Bitcoin reserves, BlackRock getting into it. I mean, now that crypto is the future. Which coins now are going to be the ones? That's still to be debated. But I think there's going to be quite a few. And unfortunately, all we can do is wait and see what happens. And eventually, hopefully, we're holding on to the next Amazon or the next Tesla or NVIDIA. And hopefully we make some life-changing money and we can stop working.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, just do a bit of research. I mean, to find good projects, it's not that hard. Just stay away from like the fart coins and stuff like that, and I think you'd be fine. I think we're gonna go on a type of utility run, where coins that have actual utility in the real world, those are the ones that are probably gonna stand out.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
so many
I think it's going to move away from the whole art and PFPs eventually. Like that'll still be a thing, but it's going to be more become more niche to be using crypto to sell your art. I think it's gonna because we're looking at Say Network, and then they're moving over into like the medical fields a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And HBAR is, I was looking at what they were doing a bit, and the questions that are being asked by them is like, why do you think investors and everybody are kind of taking their profits and running? And a big point I thought was, because of all the people don't do the research, right? They don't look behind the scenes. They don't watch the growth of the chain. They just see the headlines, billions of dollars scammed, stolen, blah blah blah, right? They see all those FUD headlines and they think, okay, well, I'm in it, I'm up, might as well get out, and they do. They take their whatever profits and they go, and they don't come back sometimes.
Yeah, and a big problem a lot of people do is they overinvest, so they put in way more than they're ready to lose.
Yeah.
So they become extremely emotional with their investment. That's why it's a bit of
It's
a
like a lottery ticket, right? A lot of people buy lottery tickets knowing that their chance is like 1 in a billion chance of winning, but they still buy that ticket for that chance of making, that million or $1 billion jackpot. But realistically, you got more chances of being struck by lightning than actually winning one of those lottery tickets. And for crypto, same thing. A lot of people are pushing the 1,000x, buy this meme coin, buy that meme coin. But I think it's just a distraction for you not to be buying, the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, in 2008, it was just a couple of $100, a couple of dollars. And then even in 2021 or 20s, it went to like $3,000. You could have bought it, right? Now it's at 100,000. So I think the play was easy. You just should have bought Bitcoin consistently. And today, maybe you would have had a lot more money that you had initially. But everybody gets into the altcoins because everybody wants that 100x, that 1,000x, and make it big overnight. And unfortunately, just like anything in life, nothing is that easy, and making it in this market is extremely difficult. You got to learn your lessons. You got to do your research, your due diligence, and there's a lot of these tokens that it was kind of obvious that they were going to become institutional plays, but they're not sexy. They're not doing those 10x's overnight, but so people are investing in coins like Luna back in the thing where it did a 10x, 100x, and everybody thought they were going to make it huge with that coin, and then it crashed and it disappeared. So it's hard, man. It's not easy for sure, and that's why we're here, man. We're learning every day. We're trying to help the communities with our investments. At the same time, we're not telling anybody exactly what to do, but we're just navigating the ecosystem with them, and we're trying to help each other out. When we see small opportunities, we present it to the community. Again, nobody here is a perfect analyst and can really predict what's actually going to happen in the future. We can only speculate on it, and we're trying to do this together as a community. And I think that's the cool part about these NFTs and these collections that we launched. It puts something that we can focus on together, like your zombies, and appreciate the art. We're not here to sell them for hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Yet.
You're just pushing art out there just to get it out there, and if one day it becomes something, well, so be it, right? But at the end of the day, you just want to create, you just want to push this out, and if we get famous for pushing this art out, well, so be it. And hopefully we're on the right chains where these chains are going to prosper and grow and get more and more people in, because as more people come in, the probabilities of the art being showcased and promoted, well, the odds of that get higher and higher. So
Yeah, exactly.
hopefully we get there, man.
I hope so too. I mean, and that's the one thing that, because we're working together and we're not chain agnostic, and that's the other thing with people too, is they stick to one chain, right? They've invested their money on, I don't know, let's say XRP, just because it's one that comes to mind right now. But so they've invested, let's say, thousands of dollars even, or whatever they couldn't afford to really invest, but they did it anyways. But now they want to constantly promote that chain, and they won't go to other chains really, right? But that's where we kind of skirt that issue a little bit. Like, we create on a lot of chains, and we try to bring our crowd to those chains with us just to have some fun. Not necessarily make a big ton of money, because obviously we haven't yet. I would know if we did, because I would be drinking premium coffee then or something, right? But anyway, so that's kind of the nice thing. So we get to experiment a little bit and bring our community with us on those experiments, like on Drip and on Cosmos and on Say, and and eventually on Wax as well, and maybe on HBAR, and who knows where else, Solana, right? And then whatever else comes up, like, because there's so many blockchains being created almost daily, it feels like, anyways.
Yeah, especially in this space, I think it's important to not put all your eggs in one basket, right? So if you're just a chain maxi, you're literally putting all your eggs in that basket. If that thing fails, like let's say Luna did,
Yeah.
you're screwed. So
We're kind of losing you a bit on your voice there, Superman, but
even big investors, when they invest, sometimes they invest in an index, so a basket of different stocks in different fields, so that you're not exposed to just one thing,
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely smart. And sometimes being forward thinking is not the sexiest of approach, right? Sometimes being a pioneer is something comes with its fair share of hurdles and obstacles. But I do think the future is multi-chain. These chains are going to somehow connect with each other at some point, and that's why personally I really like Cosmos. I think that's what it's trying to build early on. But obviously it's come with its fair share of obstacles, and we're gonna get there one day, and we're definitely doing stuff a bit different than other projects which are sticking to the chains that they really like. But I see more and more projects now, like that are launching on Hyperliquid or on Base or on these other chains that are associated to like exchanges like Coinbase. Crypto.com has their chain, which is Chronos, which is permissionless over there, where you can do some different things. It's more decentralized. It's not centralized like an exchange is. So
Okay.
I think focusing on those, especially the ones that are getting some huge contracts, like Crypto.com signed a huge contract with Trump Liberty where they're basically going to be selling ETFs for that company, which is associated to the president, right? So, investing to me in crypto.com right now seems like a no brainer. It is a Cosmos based chain. So they use the Cosmos SDK to build the chain. It's also EVM now. So it's pretty cool, man. And I think that's what you got to do. You got to make sure that you're in the right chains. And I think right now with the laws that are passing, there's more and more signs of which chains seem to be grabbing a little bit more of the market shares. And you clearly see that those chains that are just copycats or if they're just doing the same thing that other people are doing, well, they're not having that much success anymore. And slowly, I think there's going to be like a great purge of all these tokens, and we're going to have some more clear guidance or expectations about certain chains that might do a lot better than others. XRP is kind of going through the Swift system. It's supposed to replace it somehow eventually in the future, and that's we're talking about a lot of money that goes through there. What's the impact on the token itself? What's going to be the price action on it? I'm not quite sure, but I do know that the financial system is shifting big time right now into blockchain and tokenized assets and all that. So let's see what happens. And at the end of the day, all we can do is keep producing this art for people and keep
Yeah.
doing these streams and talk about crypto. This is what I think the future is all about. And we're like pioneers in it, right? We're one of the first ones super early on in this. So
I agree.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
And I mean, like,
And I think
honestly, crypto is a good way to bring community together too. Like, surprisingly, like I didn't expect that when I first started, but it was surprisingly easy to bring people together using NFTs and stuff. Sorry for interrupting you, Superman. Oh, and everyone on the Twitch that's watching, yeah, we're live right now, but we won't be live later. We'll be recorded. Hi, Atlas Doors. All right, sorry, Superman. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry, I was coughing a bit, still a bit under the weather.
What's going on with
The
Omis?
cops are coming. Yeah, Omis, they're trying to make a bit of a comeback. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for them to rebuild the trust with the community. But
You
I
sent
mean,
me
the project itself is still active.
nice. You sent me that
Nothing
picture of
really-
that founder from Omi, right?
JP
Yes.
Mullins. So he's trying to revive the recent events by burning his share of his vested tokens. So he wants to burn the tokens in order to support the ecosystem. And yeah, that's why we think maybe making a portrait of JP would be pretty cool and very relevant in the current news right now. So, that's what we try to do with Byron is we try to talk about what's actually going on and if we can draw it out in a zombified form and have it live with the undead on our collections, well, it's pretty relevant and people vibe with that, right? We did some portraits of some famous influencers and that seems to have worked well. And now we have the opportunity to make portraits of chains that looked like they were going to die, but they didn't die. And I think it fits really nicely with the whole zombie theme. So
Yeah.
these are cool things that we can do, and we're lucky to have you there that can literally pop one of these out in a live stream that people
Yeah.
can see. So is this JP that we're doing
I'm working
here,
on
or-
him. Yeah, you sent me that picture of him back almost a week or two ago, and so yeah, I put it up on my big screen, and I'm painting him or drawing him, and now I'm gonna paint him. So doing a pretty big
Yeah, that's
size too.
I love these, man, honestly.
Awesome. Any news on
So
the
another-
Say network lately?
Yeah. In other news, yeah, for Say, I saw that the Sacred team finally got into contact with the Say Foundation. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but he said they've listened and it was a very positive conversation. Let me try to pull it up here.
Well, that's a good thing. Better than
Yeah, they're on testnet right now, so he's getting people to test out the platform.
Ooh.
It's a really clean platform, to be honest. It's quite similar to how Palette was,
Okay.
with a few things that they fixed, but overall it's very smooth. Where is he?
We're gonna get that one-on-one minter back.
And then basically what he wants to do, he wants to take a portion of the revenues and give it back to people that use the platform.
Makes
So for
sense.
people that trade on the platform, for people that become ambassadors, for verified collections. So if we become a verified NFT community on their platform, we would technically get some revenue sharing from them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, they have pretty cool concepts. They don't have like a white paper yet, but I know he's working on it. I was thinking even having him on the show. I know he wanted to come. I was waiting for Gigi to come back. Maybe it's something we could do next week.
Sure.
Gigi, what do you think?
We'll draw that guy
Yeah.
while we're talking with him.
Yes, yes. I told him you're gonna do it.
All right. And that's,
And
you know
yeah,
what?
so
I love those kind of plans where it's giving back to the people that are supporting you, you know? And that's kind of one of our like mentalities for the whole horde, right? Like the circle of money kind of what the hell am I trying to say? Like we have that little plan where, you know, that we reinvest the money back into the collection. We try to help maintain the floor, keep sell pressure off or buy pressure off. I don't know. You know, like our plan, our DAO. And
Yeah.
we use it to kind of
and yeah,
reward our holders.
even with the drips, we reward the holders that minted your creepy companions. And I mean, so far, look at all we've done, right? If you minted a creepy companion with, and this is like the start of our journey with Byron, is we minted the creepy companions for, I think, a very reasonable price. I think it was somewhere around $9 to $10 US.
Yep.
But following that, if you had minted several of them, you got the opportunity to mint a bunch of free zombies that actually right now are similar in terms of floor price than the creepy companions, which is amazing, right? For a free
Yeah.
mint. So people are holding on to them. They really like them. We've had several opportunities to get airdrops. We got some community participations to land a few airdrops, which were pretty cool. After that, we opened up the drips, right, which is free, almost free NFTs that people can collect on Solana.
Yeah.
And today, actually, we just put out a tweet. Thanks to Carrie, he reached out to us for whitelist for Mi Amigos, which is going to be a mint from RP DAO. They're like a Bitcoin mining project type of thing, and it's going to be a free mint. So if you're in the Discord and you hold any of the creepy companions, some meta wawas, even cyber wawas, we actually got 50 whitelists for that free mint. So
Wow.
get into the Discord, open a ticket, submit your stars address, and it's a free mint. And I mean, it's small little opportunities like that by minting the creepy companions and Byron's art, well, we're able to provide these free perks for you guys. And I think that's what makes our community powerful, is that we're always out there, we're always trying to get something for you guys for participating in the ecosystem. It is hard right now because the markets are a bit quiet, so the community gets a little down with the price movements of the markets. But I do think that when the markets recover, the community does come back, and they're much more positive across the board. It's hard sometimes when you invested a lot of your money and it goes
Yeah.
down, and when it goes down a lot. So some people get a little depressed and a little sad in those times. But again, what goes up must come down, and what goes down must go up eventually. So we'll see what happens. I really like what Stargaze has done recently with their latest upgrade, where they're actually starting to charge gas fees for the chain. Everything used to be free, but now there's these gas fees that are coming that are hopefully going to be boosting up the price action for the token. And happy customers that hold stars,
Thanks.
and if their tokens are going up and they're making money, they're gonna be wanting to spend more money on NFTs and on other tokens. And then it's like a circle effect where everything goes up together, and everybody is happy together, and good times come back, and good vibes. And
yeah,
hopefully
I think
the
those
art
initiatives,
boost out of it.
those initiatives by Stargaze are going to be more prominent once some retail comes back and some volume goes up on the chain. That's when they're really going to start making some impactful numbers, and I think that's when we're really going to see a change with the stars price, hopefully.
It's the sentiment that's it's a bit hard right now. But I mean, it's across the board. It's not just stars. It's it's all the altcoins in general. Other than BTC, I think most tokens have taken a massive hit in terms of price action, and that definitely affects sentiment across the board. But at the same time, uh, to me, there's like opportunities there for, especially if it's a chain that you see that everybody's using. We know that Stargaze is the main marketplace in Cosmos. I don't think any other project that's attempted to launch a marketplace has failed terribly. Everybody really resorts to Stargaze to come and mint their NFTs on Cosmos. So it's very interesting, and oh man, that looks really good, Byron. Like right away, I know this is JP Mullins.
Still got a little ways to go. I might not even get it finished completely because I decided to work so big, but I will get it done.
Can you, Byron, after take just a picture? I'll try to whip up a tweet maybe for tomorrow or something.
Oh, for sure. You don't want a picture right now, hey? Like when I'm more done?
Let me see it. Let me see it.
The nice thing is, though, too, this is recorded if he wants to watch the process later on. And I'll go and I'll actually make a sped up version of it. Now, I wanted to touch on one thing. You said, like, about the Horde community, about most communities on crypto right now, they're all kind of down in the dumps, right? Because there's nothing to do. Sorry for all the noise. It's a construction zone right now. But that's one of the kind of things I've always, like, when I first started, I didn't really think about the money. I didn't really think about the markets. I really didn't think about stuff like that, right? Because I didn't know. I just thought, hey, let's make some art and see if people like it. And they did, and they bought it. And then they started to chat with me, and we formed a Discord. And then in that Discord, we created more projects and more fun based around my artwork. And that was on Wax, right? And it didn't cost me much to make this, and it didn't cost them much at all to get these things. And it allowed them to trade in amongst each other so they could complete the whole set so they can get the extra rare thing, right? And that's what I miss about the whole crypto scene lately. There's less of that. And I'm really wanting to get back into that kind of feeling of community where we're working together to build a stupid little project based around art, right? Like the Myzical Army, or let's say I have, well, for example, you'll see these in about 15 seconds while I keep talking. So I got like a bunch of drawings, right? I'll do the nicer ones, paintings. I'm putting them on top of JP Mullen. Sorry about that. But so the idea, and this is what I do on Wax, and this is what I want to do because it's fun. So the idea is I mint a bunch of arts, like these, for example, and let's say there's a 25 in a collection, and I'm selling them in groups of 5, random groups of 5 for let's say 50 cents each, like each pack. So you get 10 cents per NFT. Now you want to try to collect all 25 so you can get that really cool collage NFT which is animated or something, right? But you've already bought 15 packs and you're still just missing one, but someone else is missing the other one. So you go into the Discord, you hit up the trade thing, and you make a trade. Boom. It costs you almost nothing, instantaneous nearly, and now you've completed your set. You go to the next place and you get your exclusive ultra rare collage. And that was the kind of fun shit that we did on Wax for a while there, right up until about 2023 when the bear market really took a dump on us all. But up until then, it was like a lot of fun, right? It was a lot of community, a lot of people chatting about, like, not just my project, but other Wax projects at the time, because I wasn't into any other blockchains then. And
These are so cool, man.
it was a lot of fun to do that stuff because I like to make art as much as I can. I know I'm not like the most fine artist out there. I don't have the biggest messages to say in all of my pictures, but I enjoy doing it. People enjoy looking at it. And some people really enjoy collecting it. And that joy is what almost feels like is missing from the crypto world right now. It's all about money, and it's all about, I don't know, just trying to get mine before you get yours kind of thing, right? And it hurts.
Yeah, and
it's a bit sad.
And again, I think art is still niche, right? Even in the real world. So not everybody is an art collector per se, but I think that right now we're very, very lucky to be early on in this NFT scene, and people they like gamification. I think that's what really makes the whole experience a lot better. That you're trying to gamify stuff by doing the packs and doing the collecting to get something else, and I think that is something different, because a lot of people, they put out a collection, it's one collection and it's over, right? But
Right.
you keep producing art, and there's always something new. And I do think that your art is quite unique. I don't see anybody doing stuff like this, like zombified portraits. When I first heard of that, like I was like, holy shit, this is amazing, right? Like anybody can get their zombified, and I still think that the word is not out there yet fully, because right now, especially with the markets that are a little quiet, it's hard to push that message out, and to really, propagate all of this into the world, because already crypto is so nichey. On top of that, we're on a smaller chains, and we're not on these big Ethereum chains where everybody's looking at it. So maybe one day you get another interview and on a news channel
Yeah.
again, and your art just goes viral at that point. And I think that's what it takes. It's going to be like one moment in time, or a specific moment, or a catalyst that's going to happen with either a chain, or a piece of art specifically, that's just going to go crazy. And I think that's what's going to happen one day. And this morning I went to check the Horde of the Undead. I think the floor price is now almost 100K stars, which is pretty crazy, right?
That is awesome.
Nobody wants to sell them. So
Well, they're all one-on-ones, right?
exactly, and they all have a personal touch, right? A lot of these pieces, people demanded for them, or they're portraits of an actual person. So yeah, it is very special, very unique, and I don't see a lot of artists doing that specifically. And this is hand drawn, so it's not AI or anything like that. So I think it is unique, and there's not that many artists that are really vocal and active right now, but we are. So hopefully that hard work and dedication to the project is going to pay off in the future.
Yeah, it's all
And
about
again,
showing up, right?
yeah, and then look
Even
at
our
today. You're,
stream,
you're trying JP Mullins because the Ohm token had a huge dump, and everybody shat on JP Mullins, and we're drawing him like a couple of weeks later. And we're gonna try and tag him. We're gonna try and make some noise about it.
Pump our
So far,
bags.
he's been super receptive. Honestly, I've been doing a lot of gifs and memes about him. I actually won one of the meme contests with the bike, where I had JP Mullins and the bike team that were like breaking bricks on their balls. You know, those Chinese guys that are just hitting the bricks on their balls.
Yeah, I don't get
And
that.
I won. I won the challenge for the gift. So, and he's very receptive. Everything I tag him in, or I do a gif of on his tweets, he's reacted to it. So I'm hoping that he reacts to this. Maybe I'll get some eyes from the Omis on the Creepy Companions and the Horde of the Undead. Then maybe the Omis are going to get behind this specific portrait, and bid on it. Maybe we could put it up for auction and see how it goes. And, who
those
knows?
are
Maybe JP Mullins is going to bid on it.
Maybe.
those are
Yeah.
those are the chi masters that think
Yeah.
it's a chi and they don't feel pain, so they're trying to show that even a brick in the balls doesn't make them feel pain.
That's so crazy. I feel their pain. When I see that, I feel the pain. That's what they do, and they're transferring it to the viewer. Some kind
But
of
we're
Really
doing these gifts. We're doing these gifts for fun, right? Because I don't see a lot of people making custom gifts to make it fun, right? It is funny. I know a lot of people vibe with these gifts. Sometimes they're not appreciated as much, but whenever we do have these meme contests, we try our best to create some gifts for them. So even for this one, we're gonna cut off the head, myself and Superman, and we're gonna try and put some gifts out there just to have a laugh, and hopefully we get somebody to smile on that day. And if somebody smiles and makes their day a little bit better, well, we think it was a job well done from us. And
Yeah, I agree.
Art.
And you know what? That's one of the
And
coolest things too about being in this industry is that people sometimes, when I do an image and maybe it's funny, or maybe it strikes some kind of emotion with them, they connect with that, and that's really cool. Like, it's a little side perk of being an artist, where you have made someone's day a little bit better because of some kind of quirky little thing that I've drawn, And that's the same with your gifts. Like, maybe someone was having a crappy day and then they saw your gif and it was like, oh, well, okay, things aren't as bad, or maybe it made them laugh or whatever. Like, it's just kind of neat to connect with people that way. It's
And,
all
uh,
connections.
guys, one thing we have also for Creepy Companion holders, Cyber Wawas, Meta Wawas, we got some whitelist spots for a mint that's coming on Stargaze from the RP DAO team. It's called Mi Amigos, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys hold creepy companions, come in the Discord, get verified. Go in the giveaway section. We have about 50 spots to give
Wow.
for this
About
free
30
mint.
left, Superman. There's 20 people that submitted approximately. So there's 30 left. It's first come, first serve. So if you're listening to the live stream, you still have an opportunity. Come and open the ticket, submit your stars address. Same thing for Cyber Wawas, Meta Wawa. So we got the opportunity to give some out for all of the different communities we have. Even if you're holding Zombsays and you want to try out Stargaze via free mint, well, this is your opportunity. So again, get in there, submit your stars address, and we'll give you an opportunity to explore the Stargaze ecosystem. And thanks to Carrie, by the way, which is the one that reached out to us
Carrie's the man.
for those lightings. Yeah, Carrie's the man. He's trying to bring communities together, and we need more people like him. And we're trying our best to commingle with as many communities as possible to, make sure that we spread the word across all these different chains and showcase Byron's art to these other communities, because I think people vibe with it once they get in and they get to know us a bit more on a personal level. And these live streams, I think, help with that. But to see that, we're real people
And we're really
sharing.
working.
Yeah.
Sharing the art, sharing the journey, sharing some laughs, sharing the pain. Trying to pump our own bags.
Next to the whitelist, we also have a new testnet that's available for you guys if you're interested. This one is part of the entity finance team. It's called Soul. So if you go in the testnet channel in the Discord, I posted there with my link. You guys could go and try it out. It's a bit long, but Entity Finance has partnered with Multiverse X, which is Elron Gold. So if you guys are like doing testnets, you never know. This could be a substantial airdrop. Maybe yes, maybe no. But if you don't try, you'll never know.
Can you explain testnets to me a little bit? Like, I understand that you're testing the cycle, but kind of what is involved? Like, how hard is it? Because you mentioned it's a little long.
So it all depends on the project itself that's running the testnet. So basically what they want is they want you to stress test their platform so that when they do go on mainnet, that they know they could take in the whole...
We're losing you, Superman.
Sorry?
We're losing you. We can't hear you.
Seriously?
Well, we did hear most of it.
You're fading away.
So they basically want to stress test the platform. So what they do is they do a testnet. Sometimes they're simple with specific tasks, and you just do the task one by one. They have a faucet with testnet tokens, so it doesn't cost you anything. It's just a question of
time.
Using the proper approach. What I like to do, I like to use burner wallets. So I have a specific MetaMask that I use just for these kinds of things. And I always use that wallet because you never know. When you want to connect your wallet to a testnet, you always connect a wallet that's not associated to anything, because God forbid it's a virus or something, or a scam link, and you really don't want to get involved with that. So always use a burner wallet, and that's it. So you claim faucets, you do some tasks. Usually the projects have either a Medium article explaining what to do, or directly on the platform, you have step-by-step all the tasks that you need to do. And most of the time you should come in daily or weekly to perform certain tasks. This could go on for a few months, a few weeks. I've seen some go for 6 months. And whenever they go on mainnet, whoever participated accumulated some points, and they drop you a percentage of the tokens. I mean, some have been very good. Some have been a few bucks. But I mean,
in the long run, you find it's worth it?
Definitely, because not only are you exploring other ecosystems, and I'm telling you, sometimes it could be $100, sometimes it could be $200, sometimes it's $1,000. So you never know. So if you don't try them and you don't do them, well, you don't benefit from it. So a lot of these projects are very generous, because the hardest part about these projects when they launch is getting users. So one of the best ways to attract users is to do an airdrop of people testing your platform. So even if there's 50% of the people that end up selling, you still have some retention of users that stick around. And you know, a lot of these test nets, it's really simple. Like, make a swap, vote on a proposal, like and retweet a tweet, connect your Twitter and like and retweet our tweets when we tweet about it, and we'll give you a little bit. And sometimes it's disappointing. You'll get like $5 or $10, but sometimes they are a bit bigger. Like, I did the mantra one from JP Mullins here, so, and that was it was quite large. And on top of that, there's NFT communities. Sometimes they get these airdrops as well, which are quite substantial. So, you know, like this one, it was easily if you did just a couple of tasks that they asked you to do, it was easy to get almost $1,000 of airdrop, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you really doing? You're just doing something that you would have done anyways, and it's quite easy. So it's pretty cool.
Well, Byron, a great example was Movement. That's where Rye, he works. He's a mod over there. Basically, he gave us the alpha. We started doing the test net there. So you had that one was pretty long, but in the end, we got I would say anywhere close to 10 grand as an airdrop just for doing the test net.
Wow. I got to get into test nets.
Because, I mean, but this happens once a blue moon. It's not something that happens all the time. I mean, the most recent test net was Inertia, and I got $50.
See, my comment right there, though? That's the FOMO, right? Man, I got to do this now. And then people get in, they do it, and they don't get a damn thing, and then they say, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just consistent.
That's what happens. And then you fade it, and then you get people that get like the Hyperliquid airdrop that was like, what was that, 15, 20 grand people got?
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
I faded it. I regret it.
You can't do them all, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, there's so many chains, and there's some on different ones. The ones that I like about Cosmos is you have a lot of specific users that do all of them, and they give you walkthroughs, and they give you hints, and they give you pointers on how to go about some test nets, how to get more points. And what really sucks is there's a lot of bots in these things, so a lot of symbols and stuff like that, which would kill the experience. But they're getting better and better at it. I know the mantra, they must have eliminated like 80% that were bots. So, you know, that sucks when they get in there. But you know, they found a way to remove them and reward the actual community, which ended up increasing our airdrop by a lot. So it is fun to do, and those are just a small perk that we have in our Discord of the ones that myself and Superman are doing. And you know, people are entitled to do it or not. It is always a little bit risky. That's why we use the hot wallets, wallets that we don't connect to anything else. It just does those test nets so that, you know, it kind of shields you and protects you from scam links or people getting access to that specific wallet. But as long as you don't sign with the other wallets, you're totally fine. And we try to do the ones that the majority of the people are doing, you know, and you can always see like how many people are actually doing that, you know, right, that you're following. And sometimes it's easier to pick the ones where you see that like 100 of the people that you're following are also doing it and retweeting and doing the actions required to get it. So it feels a bit safer, right? And then when your favorite influencer is also doing it and talking about it, well, it just makes you feel a little bit safer doing it. So
right. Yeah,
but it is time consuming.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my problem is that when I start new things, I get like fully involved, and then everything else goes like doesn't get done, right? So, and that's kind of what happened a couple months back. I was trying to understand how the markets worked and all that shit, right? And because I was trying to do that, I completely fell off the wagon with my art for a while, and was like, in my opinion, putting out a little bit subpar work at points, or just not doing any work at all. And that, because it just, you know, I don't know, I just don't work quite right in that regard. I have to either go all in or until I understand it fully, or I give it up completely. And so for trading and all that shit, I'm giving all that up. I'm completely done. I can't do it right now. I gotta just focus on building the art.
Trading, to be honest, for anybody who's newer to the markets, to me is not recommended.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes the best approach is to just dollar cost average and sit on your hands. I think sometimes people try to overthink things, and most of the time it's not that complicated. It's buy it. If it keeps falling one price, you should be happy because you get to buy it cheaper.
Yeah.
and then you buy, you dollar cost average, you get a very good entry, and sooner or later, when the markets recover, you'll be in pure profits. But if you try selling and rebuying cheaper, I mean, the market makers are going to eat you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why also Superman, the test nets are, you don't actually have to put funds in, right? It's all free. So
Exactly.
it is a different approach, and that's why I love doing that, because by doing just my time, right? And I mean, if I'm getting paid for my time, well, that's actually worth it, right? I'm not actually putting dollars or US dollars into the chain itself. It's just my time. And Byron, a lot of these airdrops, like they're not that time consuming. I mean, like there's a couple of them that takes me honestly 10 to 15 minutes per day.
Yeah.
Let's say in an hour, I can probably do 4 test nets or 5 or maybe 6 even, because they're so easy to do, right? So,
But only because you know
it's,
what you're doing, though, right? Like, I mean, you are experienced. A new guy,
well,
someone like me, I'm
well,
gonna have like
Byron,
a dozen questions.
some of them is like liking and retweeting a tweet. That's the task.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not difficult, right? And I mean, a swap, same thing. Whether you've swapped on Dragon Swap or on Osmosis or on Wax, a swap is a swap. You know what I mean? Like they're all the same. It's just that they want you to test theirs and see if there's any bugs. So, I mean,
But Baron,
it's always the same thing:
one,
providing liquidity, voting on proposals. Lend this, borrow that. Once you've done it once, you've done it 1,000 times. It's always the same thing. So I think it's anyways a lot easier than trying to trade the markets and make money off trading, because that for sure the
Yeah.
market makers are going to eat you up.
Yep.
like
No, I
Byron,
hear what
I'll
you're
give
saying
you,
there.
Byron, I'll give you an example. If you go in the testnet channel, Gigi posted the entity testnet, and it's literally just a bunch of quizzes, and Gigi was nice enough to put all the answers there.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, it's like literally spoon fed. That I mean, you take, and you could do the whole testnet. What we've been doing for 6 months, you could do it in a matter of an hour. You have all the answers.
And he's gone.
He walked away.
But
He went to
No,
get his
yeah.
coffee. You're back, yeah, I know. But it's our running
Okay.
joke now, Superman.
so yeah, I mean, check it out. The one that's space race entity. I think it's probably the easiest one to do right now. And Gigi put all the answers there. You could literally take 15, 20 minutes and probably get it done.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll take a look at
Pretty
that later.
simple. You just connect your Telegram. You log in with your Telegram, and that's it. It's that easy.
All right.
Then you go missions, and then there's like 42 quizzes, and you just
Yeah,
answer the
they
questions.
come out weekly, so it's been going on for 42 weeks. So every week they would put out basically an article. You read it, and then they give you multiple choice questions. You answer them, and if you get it right, you get points. Which at the end, those points are going to be related to an airdrop. We don't know how much it's going to be, but you just do it. At the end of the day, it's just your time, and that's it. So
Okay.
it's worth it. It's a lot better than trading. That's for sure.
So- What else do we have? We have, if anybody in the community is holding Strange Clan NFTs, they released their bonus airdrop. Claims are valid until the 24th of May. So you guys could go claim a bonus if you originally staked 100% of your drop back when they dropped, what was it, a year ago?
Huh.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a couple more
long-term.
things that I wanted to mention, guys, before, because we're almost hitting the 50-minute mark. So
That's true.
if you guys were on Terra Luna, we did post in our Cosmos Alpha channel. There's a claims page. So if you lost a lot of money there, they're actually there's a court case going on, and if you fill out a claims form, maybe you'll get something back in return. I know they did it a long time ago for like Cryptopia and stuff like that. And these things can take multiple years, but I mean, if you really had a lot there and you feel that you lost a lot of money, there's a claims form that we put in there. I know that I had a bunch of tokens there, so I'm hoping that I get something back from that. But
Well, Cryptopia, speaking of Cryptopia, they actually, I think it was a few months ago, they actually distributed whatever they had to the holders that filled the forms.
yeah, it takes years, right? FTX, same thing. So FTX did it too, and I think they started distributing some tokens back to people. So you never know. Sometimes, yes, the chain's rugged, but there's lawsuits and stuff that people go after, and those are all opportunities to maybe claim a portion of what you lost. So that's something
they
that's
cover-
going on right
They
now.
cover literally all the assets that were rugged over there, MIR, Anchor Protocol, Mine, every single thing that we got from the Luna ecosystem, they're taking a look at it. And
Huh.
it's as easy as just putting your address, and the system's going to read the blockchain to see what you're entitled to. And we'll see what happens.
That's interesting.
And what else? What else did I want to mention? Sorry, Superman. I don't want to keep it on Luna there, focused, but I mean, it's there. It's available if somebody wants to do it.
May I mention one thing?
Byron dropped a bunch of drips as well.
Oh yeah.
If you guys go look in our drip channels, there's quite a few drips that dropped. So if you guys collect those, and Byron's putting out some tweets that if you collect the thing, well, you can get the other thing. So make sure you guys are collecting your drips and you're getting a part of the leaderboards there. I know now it changed a little bit, the drip platform, but it's still fairly cheap to get your droplets. I still hold a bunch, so I'm still collecting the pieces.
$1 gives you 1,000 droplets, and each collection, each common is only 10 droplets to claim it. So I mean, you can get yourselves 100 NFTs for just $1 on drip.
There you go. And by collecting, right, if they collect specific ones, they can get another one dropped eventually to their wallet. So
yeah, exactly.
Rare one. So
right now I have daily drips going on there, where it's just little sketches I do, because I do a lot of sketches in my sketchbook. So I take pictures of those and I put those on drip as daily drips. And then I'm not sure if I should keep doing it. I'm just testing the waters to see if people like to collect daily artwork from me or not. Nobody's telling me anything otherwise. Nobody's saying yes, nobody's saying no. So I'll keep going until I decide otherwise. One thing I wanted to mention is Wax is having an NFTopia, which is an online NFT convention. It's based on Wax, but it's open to all blockchains. Anyone that wants to try to promote themselves or their blockchain or their project to an online community NFT convention that happens in August. It's actually really well put up and set up by the people. I'm friends with them a little bit. Breakman from Consumer Break is the big brains behind it all. And it's really neat. Like they do a good job. They promote obviously the Wax blockchain, but it's almost like a captive audience. So for example, if we bought ourselves a booth in there, which is I think only like $20 for the whole weekend, we can actually even be speaking in there. We can basically tell our whole life story in that little booth, and people can see what the whole project is. And I've only just started trying to spread the word about it. So it's something that's coming up in August that I'm thinking about buying a booth for it, just so that we can promote ourselves.
Well, we can get the DAO to participate in that and try to get a booth for not just the Wax stuff, but even spread the word about the other collections too. So
exactly. Like that's what I thought would be a really good idea.
We've got the V2s, right, of these zombies that eventually are going to come up, and we're probably going to start whitelisting at some point here for that collection, because Byron has been working on it. And yeah, guys, maybe that could be a really good opportunity to start spreading the word, because there's no real rush to release it. So I don't think there's like an immediate rush for you to finish it. I mean, I think at the end we really want it to be detailed, high quality, because we really wanted to represent you on all the chains that we're working on. And we want to reward a lot of the people that have been collecting your art to have a sort of burn to redeem type of thing going on, where we're going to be allowing you guys to earn some NFTs to get those ones, the V2s. And again, they're going to be super detailed. I think Byron has been exploring the PFP side of things, and I think we've had a lot of success with those. And on Stargaze, we don't have one yet, so that could be really cool for Stargaze and even Wax at that point, because they'll be able to be represented, and then they'll see them on Stargaze, they'll see them on Wax, maybe they'll see them on Solana, maybe on Polygon, maybe on HBAR. They'll be everywhere. Right?
And that's actually, and now with like Stargaze and Wax both building bridges across other ecosystems, you never know how you're going to be able to trade them around to different chains to represent whatever you want, whatever you want.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
And, Cosmos right now is, they were avoiding the EVM side of things. Now they're going full-blown EVM. So a lot of these new chains that are coming out are really compatible with Ethereum. So I think that really opens up a lot of doors, because the Ethereum ecosystem is where all the liquidity is. So a lot of the people are looking for that EVM connectivity in order to do things, because obviously if there's a bridge after for EVM and you could start bridging these NFTs on all these different EVM chains, it gets really interesting, right? So you're not stuck on one chain. You'll be able to move the assets around if something happens at a specific point in time. I think that's one of the strengths of Cosmos. And again, they're very forward thinking. They really think that the future is multi-chain, and we really hope it is, because we have a lot of our stuff there. So
Yeah, it's
it's
definitely
going to be
multi-chain.
interesting.
Absolutely. All right, we got like 6 minutes left. We'll decide what to do with this Saiyan zombie in the Discord. JP Mullen is drying right now. I was actually contemplating making him burnt, right? Trying to make him crispy burnt because he's being roasted by the community. But we'll just say he got slayed by the community. Now he's back from the dead to try to make things right.
Well, Superman's is gonna be working on I think a nice little piece with his AI tools that he uses that really brings out a lot of nice comments and stuff that we could do to attract people's attention. So I really like it. So let's see if he reacts to it, and maybe we could say something. Ohm is the people thought it was dead, but it's never really dead, and it's gonna live with us with the undead. So
there we go.
I think he's gonna vibe with it. So let's hope that he does, and if we get a reaction from him, then it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be happy if we get a like and a retweet from him, or maybe a bid on the piece itself.
Well, we're talking.
Well, I would love to.
I'm just going to put a shout out to everybody that's in the Twitchy chat. I'm not sure if anyone knows this, but in the Twitch chat, you can actually earn points by just watching. And then you can use those points to dig for my wax NFTs. And pretty soon I'll be using those points to exchange for my DHC coin, which is the Hordes coin, Hordes coin on wax. And that's actually doing really well lately. People are I don't know why they're buying it, but they are. And they're then spending it on my exclusive DHC only NFTs. And then I get that DHC back and I put it back into the community, and it's kind of a little circle of money. It's not deflationary. I don't think that's what deflationary is. But it's basically recycling what I've already put out into the market. So that's really cool. And it keeps going up.
So we need to push that more. Even on Twitter here, there's a chat, and we got to get the conversations going here, guys. Right now, we're really looking for suggestions for Byron. What you guys want to see drawn from him? We know sometimes the markets get a little quiet, but there's always opportunities here to make your voices heard, right? There's not a lot of people that are engaging with the chat section. So even on this stream right now, if you click on it, there's a chat that pops up on Twitter. And even on Twitch, I just looked at it now and it's full. It's full. So I didn't even notice that. You see, I just noticed it now. So there's a bunch of people chatting there. They're doing the functions here. Dig, right?
Yeah, they're doing digging for NFTs. If you subscribe, you get X amount and all sorts of stuff. It's really neat. Like, I like how people are taking the blockchain into the Web 2 communities now. Like the Twitch streamers. They can now start giving people crypto rewards, and it's becoming so seamless. People don't even know they're doing or engaging in crypto. And I think that's going to be one of the quickest ways to mass adoption too, is to try to not hide it, but not say, yeah, you're in crypto now. It's just, no, here, collect, here's some art. Oh, what do you need to get it? Well, here's this little thing you have to do. Bang, now you got this, whatever, right? Like, I don't know how it works, but
well, these streams are getting 100 views consistently now, so I think we're doing a good job in that. And this is while the markets are pretty quiet, so I'm really happy with how these are turning out.
These two here are going to be on the 101 for Horde of the Undead eventually. I'm almost finished them. Just showing you that.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. And one last thing before we close this off.
Okay.
We did put the big sweep for the Creepy Companions this month. So the Cyber Wow was swept 4 that they distributed amongst themselves. I raffled those off. So 4 Cyber Wow received a Creepy Companion each. Now we have 7 of them that we're going to be auctioning off inside of the Discord. So if people want to bid with their Zomsays or more Creepy Companions to get them, you'll be able to do that. They're going to last 3 days. If nobody bids on them, they're going to burn, and we're going to keep reducing the supply while the markets are being poopy. So we're going to keep doing that and burning those NFTs, reducing the supply and providing more value for the ones that are sticking around, not listing and not selling their NFTs. So eventually, we think that that's going to create a bit of a shock to the market. And I mean, guys, I'm looking at the floor. There's only 42 listed, and it doesn't take much here for the floor price to really take off. So, hopefully with all these live streams, there's going to be more people that are going to get interested in collecting. And there's some holders that I'm not sure who they are, but they're collecting a large quantity of your creeps. So it's interesting to see where this goes in the next couple of months. And with the next launch that we want to do with the V2s, I think it's really going to push all of the collections at the front. So
Yeah,
let's
I
see what
agree.
happens.
All right, cool.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. I think you said the final words perfectly. Just keep paying attention. We're doing our best to keep grinding and delivering what we promised right from the beginning of the Creepy Companions, all the way up into the Zomsays, and now we're just expanding upon everything that we've already delivered on.
And
So, yeah.
we'll be back on Thursday with another live stream, and we'll see what Byron's going to have in store for us on that day. Maybe V2s, maybe another portrait, maybe another Saiyan. We'll see.
Yes.
And that's it, guys. Thanks for showing up today. And make sure you head into Discord. Get your free mints going for Stargaze. I think you guys, if you've never tried the platform, you're really going to enjoy it. And again, a free mint. It won't cost too much except for gas fees to mint, because now there are gas fees. And yeah, open the
even
tickets.
that's just pennies, right?
Collect your drips. Make sure you're collecting the stuff on wax as well. So again, Byron is on all those chains. Make sure you get your Zomsays. You can use them as currency to purchase a bunch of art from Byron. And yeah, that's my final message for today, guys. We'll see you on Thursday.
Hey, GG, thanks so much. Superman, thanks as well. Even though you're a little quieter than everyone else, GG is our mouthpiece, and we love him for it. Thanks for coming back to Canada.
Yes, I'm back, guys.
You're back. All right, everyone, have a great day. See you on Thursday.
Ciao, guys.